Alright, so we finna react to Transformers 8 Rise of Unicron. Unicron. First look 2027 Michael Bay. I don't know if this is a real trailer or not, but it looks like it is, but I don't know because people make so much fan created stuff now. But who knows, it might be. If it is true, 2027 it's gonna be a good month for movies. That's a good month, good year for movies. So also it's your boy LOL Ned, you know, the littest YouTuber, youngest YouTuber that's gonna make it with y'all help and support. You know, if y'all like my content, like, comment, subscribe. So let's get enough of me talking. Let's go and get into press play. This what was from the last, I think it was I forgot.
It's hard to believe, but it's actually happening. Michael Bay is coming back to Transformers 8 years after stepping away from the franchise. And this isn't some little cameo or a random internet rumor. This is a full-blown reboot with 5 separate Transformers projects currently in active development. Yeah, 5. It's huge. So what's going on? Why are the Autobots and Decepticons suddenly back in the spotlight? And is it true the original cast could return? Well, yes. All signs point to one thing. Paramount is gearing up for a brand new era of Transformers, one that's loud, flashy, and dripping with nostalgia. It all started with an announcement that immediately threw fans back to 2007, the year the very first Transformers movie dominated the box office and packed theaters worldwide. That movie wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural moment. By the time the sequel rolled out, the franchise was flirting with the billion-dollar mark, and every new entry kept delivering massive box office numbers. What made these movies stand out wasn't just the brand, it was the scale. Those giant action set pieces, the jaw-dropping transformations, the groundbreaking CGI. Bay didn't just direct the films, he redefined.
I'm guessing Camaro's gonna come back 2027. Camaro has been discontinued in 2023, and I think if they bring back this movie, cause you know the first one, Bumblebee was the icon for the Camaro, with sales Camaros shot up, and I think in 2027 it might come back since Transformers coming back, and who knows, might be a possible redesign in Camaro. Yeah, but also one more thing. I grew up watching Transformers. I used to watch like the games, like the little cutscenes, cause it said it was the movies. I thought it was like the actual movies that they had, but I used to watch like the old Transformers, Transformers Prime, all the movies. I did not watch one. That was the Bumblebee movie. I don't know why, but I watched all the other ones.
What a sci-fi spectacle could be. Thanks to him, Transformers evolved from a toy line into a worldwide cinematic event.
Yes.
His 5 films raked in over $4 billion combined and basically defined a whole blockbuster era built around the idea that bigger, louder, and more explosive was always better.
Step into Wix Studio.
Come on, man.
And handle every part of your build from one platform.
But that momentum didn't last forever. 2017's The Last Night was the breaking point. Critics ripped it apart, audiences started feeling serious franchise fatigue, and the box office took a major hit. That's when the studio slammed on the brakes. Bay stepped back into a producer role, and the director's chair went to fresh names in an effort to reimagine the brand. Bay didn't just agree to return, he's the one who pitched the new movie. Sources say he's deeply involved in the reboot, and while it's not officially confirmed he'll direct, everything points to him climbing back into the driver's seat. Producing clearly isn't enough for him anymore. He wants full creative control again. And honestly, he's got a pretty good reason for it.
Nice.
Back when he was promoting his movie Ambulance, Bay surprised everyone by admitting Transformers was still one of the most important projects of his career. According to him, the franchise gave him the ultimate playground to unleash his signature style. Rapid-fire editing, massive destruction, pure visual adrenaline at max volume. Funny thing is, he wanted nothing to do with it at first. The whole idea of making a movie based on kids' toys sounded ridiculous to him. What changed his mind was a personal call from Steven Spielberg. Spielberg was the one who pushed for Transformers to hit the big screen, and he insisted Bay was the guy to make it happen. That single conversation kicked off a brand new chapter in Hollywood.
Great choice. Steven Spielberg.
Starting in 2007, the franchise exploded into a global pop culture juggernaut, and the first 3 films helped shape the look and feel of modern blockbuster cinema. Bay says the studio originally wanted to wrap his run after the 3rd film, again, Spielberg's idea, because he felt the story had reached its natural ending. But Bay pushed to keep going, directing Age of Extinction and The Last Night, experimenting with tone and expanding the universe. Unfortunately, that gamble backfired. Visually,
one of the best scenes ever in Transformer history was the forest scene, wood fight, whatever you want to call it. Optimus Prime was just whooping everybody by himself, 1 against 10 or 5, I don't know. But he was whooping ass, man, for real.
Bay is also rumored to be pushing for a technological leap forward. His original films were groundbreaking for their time, but Transformers 8 could raise the bar again with cutting-edge motion capture, real-time rendering. Paramount reportedly wants this film to look unlike anything we've seen before, something that feels massive in scale, but also sharper, cleaner, and more immersive. In other words, Bay wants to remind audiences why the Transformers on screen blew everyone's minds back in 2007, and prove that even after 20 years, these robots can still outshine any other blockbuster spectacle.
Yeah, it is true.
The Last Night became the franchise's weakest link. Critics hated it,
Best
audiences
scene
tuned
also.
out, and ticket sales tanked. That's when Paramount shifted gears, moving towards smaller stories, new characters, and a softer reboot approach. Bay stepped into the background as a producer, but according to insiders, he's been looking for a way back for years. This isn't a case of executives begging him to return. Bay's been quietly brewing ideas, waiting for the right moment, and it's easy to see why. The franchise's box office magic was fading. Bumblebee was heartfelt and stripped down, but didn't take off the way they hoped.
Right.
Rise of the Beasts went big on spectacle, but didn't fully connect. Even last year's animated prequel, Transformers 1, while visually sharp and tonally fresh, barely made a ripple in theaters.
What? That was a pretty good movie.
Now Paramount's got 5 Transformers projects in the works, and the biggest one is the one Bay's spearheading. The script's in the hands of Jordan Van Dina, best known for the raunchy teen comedy The Binge, which is a surprising choice, but apparently his pitch caught both Bay and the studio's attention. Maybe it's a bold genre mix, maybe it's just a fresh take from someone who grew up with Transformers, but it's got them excited. Bay's possible full-force return has fans hyped, and there's one piece of unfinished business that might finally get resolved: Unicron. Early drafts of the now-cancelled Transformers 6 had him as the main villain. He's not just a big bad, he's a planet-eating cosmic threat, one of the most powerful figures in the entire Transformers universe. His presence had been teased as far back as Dark of the Moon, considered for Age of Extinction, and finally shown in The Last Night's closing moments with those massive metallic horns jutting out of the earth.
So Unicron is kind of like a Transformer version of Galactus. That's what I'm thinking. He already said planet eating. What Galactus do? Eat planets. What Unicron do? Eat planets. So it's kind of like they in the same field, kind of, sort of.
Bay's original plan for Transformers 6 was to put Unicron front and center, an epic finale tying together every storyline from the previous films in one colossal spectacle. But the studio scrapped it, pivoting to prequels and reboots instead. Now, rumors say Bay wants to come back and finish his saga the way he originally intended.
Yes.
And if Paramount gives him full creative freedom, this could be one of the biggest Transformers films ever made.
Please do. Please do, bro.
And let's not forget the story. Insiders claim Bay's pitch for Transformers 8 isn't just about explosions, it's designed to reset the entire mythology. Unicron may be the looming threat, but the film could also reintroduce the idea of Cybertron itself as a living, breathing part of the narrative. Think of it as a soft reboot that still honors what came before, tying together threads from Bay's saga while planting seeds for a whole new multi-film arc. If Paramount plays this right, Transformers 8 won't just be another sequel, it'll be the foundation of a fresh cinematic era where the stakes go cosmic, the battles get bigger, and the Autobots face challenges unlike anything we've seen before.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space?
No.
With this free satellite
I
Earth
don't.
Maps tool, you can zoom right
I have
down
Google for.
Another big question hanging over Transformers 8 is the cast. Rumors suggest Paramount is seriously considering bringing back some of the original human characters, whether it's Shia LaBeouf's Sam or Mark Wahlberg's Cade.
Both.
Nothing's official yet, but the idea of blending old faces with new ones fits perfectly with a legacy sequel approach. It's the same formula that worked for franchises like Jurassic World and Spider-Man. Imagine Optimus Prime standing shoulder to shoulder with characters fans haven't seen in over a decade. It would hit that sweet spot of nostalgia and spectacle that Bay thrives on.
Let me fix this. Why it look like that? 1080. Let's go to 144.
And that's not the only big move. One of the most talked about projects in the works is the long-awaited Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover. The idea's been floating around for years. Both franchises are Hasbro properties, both have loyal fan bases, and they'd visually mesh well on screen. It was first considered during early talks for third G.I. Joe movie, but when Retaliation underperformed, the crossover was shelved. It wasn't until Rise of the Beast that it came back, with the film's finale directly tying the Transformers and Joe universes together. Not as a tiny Easter egg, but with a legit action scene that made it canon. That moment officially launched the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. And that's still not all. There are 2 more Transformers projects in early development, likely animated, which gives Paramount more flexibility with budgets and timelines. Animation is quicker to pivot, easier to experiment with, and lower risk if things don't work out. So while the 5 project slate sounds massive, not all of them will make it to theaters. The studio's playing the numbers game, develop a lot, see what clicks, and go big with whatever feels like the best bet. Transformers is heading for a complete reboot. Fresh directors, big swings, maybe even the return of the man who started it all. And if you had to bet on one project to define this new chapter, all signs point to Michael Bay's comeback. Love him or hate him, he gets this franchise in a way nobody else does.
Okay. So I see it. Bro, I hope that's Unicron right there, cause that would be fantastic if that's how he looks, bro. Like, bro, like that looks amazing, dog. For real. That looks so amazing. But, you know, they got Pirate Care. Bro, like I said, 2027 is gonna be a good year for movies, bro. It's gonna be a great year for movies, and I hope everybody that watched this video makes it to 2027. But as I say, Transformers, I hope it does come back. I hope this is not fake. Cause I really do like the series, cause the series is one of my childhood movies I grew up watching. Like I was a youngin watching Transformers, and now I'm in my 23rd year of life. You know, I really think that it would be very, very, very good. And I hope they do bring it back. Because they'll bring back a lot of people's childhoods, man, for real. But, you know, I'm finna end this off right here. Let me know how you like it. Like, comment, subscribe to join the LOL gang. And you will be a proud member of LOL gang. Who would not want to be? Laughs, funny moments, chill moments. You know, just join the squad, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm finna go and get up out of here to another video. So, bye.